Hello, I'm Andy. This is my first YouTube clip, and on this subject I hope it'll be the last one. I've generally been pretty happy with the quality of OZITO power products. They're cheap, I'm just a handyman, and they do me fine. I can buy a pretty cheap piece of equipment and it can last me years and years and years. I'm not a tradie, I don't wear them out, etc. So for me they're pretty handy. Cost-effective option, and I've got some OZITO products. I'll show you. I've got a let me see. I've got that sharpener there, which, by the way, is a beauty. It's pretty cheap. I've got the 5-speed drill press, which I'm very happy with. It's fine. And then over this way, I've got a bunch of their cordless products as well, and I've got to say I'm pretty happy with them all. However, this one, or rather these two products, one is the 850 watt router, and then it's sitting in, I've attached it to OZITO's table saw. Now you'd think at first glance this was a winner because you're matching the products. You're not taking some obscure product and trying to match it up with OZITO's table saw, or rather router table. I had another router. I tried to fit it to this table, and the base plate was just too big. It wouldn't fit on. So I went out and I bought an OZITO brand router. I brought it home only to discover that, well, to say the least, the method of assembling and operating this pairing is abysmal. And I'm going to show you why, but I'm also going to show you, most importantly, I'm also going to show you how to fix it. And it's a bit of reverse engineering, and I'm a bit shocked that a mug like me would be reverse engineering products supposedly designed by proper engineers. Okay, the main problem is the idea of removing and replacing router bits. Okay, now I'm just going to show you, that's a router bit that I've got in there right now. And to get that out, you would think it was just a simple matter of undoing the nut, and it technically should be. I'm going to take underneath and let you see what's there. Can you see that there is very little space to get the spanner they give you to get up in there. Now, let's not forget that you have to use one hand to hold the spanner. I'll put that down now. Your next hand is got to be pushing this lever in to prevent the nut simply turning on itself, so that locks it in place so that you can undo it. And with your third hand, for those of you who have a third hand, you have to reach up, take hold of this bit and just adjust it up a little bit, to position it where you want it. The effort required to push this up into place against these tensioner springs is incredible. I'm a big guy and I struggle with this. I don't know how small people, women, etc. would do it. It's just incredibly difficult to do. You can overcome that by tipping the whole saw table and router over on its back and struggle away with it that way. At least it reduces this gravity issue that you've got here, so that can work to some extent. However, with this spanner and trying to get that in place up there and then turn it with all this power box and rubbish in the way is almost impossible. Now, they made it even more difficult if that was possible by having this extra long bolt. You see that? Trailing edge. There's one on this side. Now, as part of the solution, first thing you do is cut that off. Get rid of it. There's too much of it there anyway, and that will at least provide you clearance to get the spanner left. Okay? The next thing is this ridiculously placed power box. Okay, it's sitting right in the way of the spanner. The spanner is too long. I've even tried smaller spanners, it still doesn't work. This gets in your way. So, what's the fix for that? I'll tell you. I took this off. Why I have to do this, I do not know. I would have thought that someone from OZITO would have seen this coming. I don't know what sort of testing regime these things go through. I really don't. But this is in the wrong place. So I took it off. I drilled me a couple of fresh holes to the right of it. And I'm simply going to reposition the power box right there. It works, I've already fitted it, but I took it off just for the purpose of demonstration. Now, what that will give you is much freer access under there to that nut. It still doesn't overcome the gravity issue. You still have to turn it on its back to use it properly, but at least you can get your spanner in there and you can undo and remove. Oh, one more thing, sorry, I forgot. This stupid looking thing here, well, it's not stupid when you're using the router as a basic router, but this needs to come off. That's another thing that gets in your way. I meant to mention that from the start. So I took that off as well. Okay, so now you can see you've got pretty free access all the way around there now, which you never had before. And you can see what you're doing because this silly thing is out of the way. It's now tucked over there. So Mr. OZITO, if you're watching, please get this right for the next iteration of this device, particularly when you're matching your own products and it's an almost impossible task to do it. That's my whinge for the day. I hope that if you've bought what I've bought, these little tips might help you use it and get the most out of it. As I say, I'm no enemy of OZITO. I've got plenty of their products, but they really need to get their act together with this one. Thanks for watching.